So instead of rejecting this culture archetype, let's transform it. Let's embrace the noble side of the protector, not as dominance, but as mature guardianship. Not one person leading and the other following, but two equals standing side by side, facing life together. When your partner is vulnerable, you can hold space like a gentle, loving protector. And when important decisions arise, you both sit together like a king and queen, co-rooting your shared kingdom. This is what modern love can look like: equal, supported, balanced, and ever growing. Yoo-hoo! Welcome to Galaxy Manifesto. This is Yvonne. On the journey of learning love and wisdom, we're never alone. A warm welcome if this is your first time here. This is a channel where we use color perception method as a gateway to inner exploration, learning to awaken our sixth sense, dive into the subconscious, and walk the path of self-healing and greater happiness. If we zoom out a little, we can see that everyone's ways of loving is deeply shaped by culture and collective subconscious influence. The yellow on top, deep yellow on bottom combination, as we discussed before, represents a ruler or father archetype, one that carries order, protection, and authority. In Jungian psychology, this corresponds to the ruler archetype, a symbol of power, responsibility, and structure. Throughout history, this archetype has appeared across culture. Zeus in Greek mythology, the wise king Yao and Sun in Chinese legend, or even the authoritative elder in our own families, they are all projections of this same energy. These figures are often expected to protect, maintain order, and uphold tradition. So deep in our subconscious, many of us carry a quiet belief that every relationship needs a pillar, a reliable person to steer the ship. Traditionally, that role has been assigned to men, but in truth, anyone, regardless of gender, can embody that stable energy. We're not separate from the society we grew up in. Our views on love and relationship are subtly shaped by family, culture, and collective values. The stories we heard as children, the dramas we watch on TV, the advice our elders repeat, all of this have written unspoken scripts into our subconscious about what love should look like. For example, Plato's myth of soulmate makes us believe that true love means finding the one. Traditional Chinese ideals of eternal loyalty teach that breakups or divorce equal failure. These ideas can be romantic but also suffocating. They might make men afraid to show vulnerability because they fear being called weak or not manly enough. And women, on the other hand, might feel pressure to tone down their strength or independence to avoid being labeled too much or too dominant. Every culture defines love differently. Some highlight passions and romance, while others emphasize duty and stability. Our personal love setting, the beliefs that we default to, are often written by these collective culture messages long before we even realize. And these beliefs can quietly create pressures. For instance, society often says a good man should own a house and a car, even if logically you know love isn't measured by money. During through times like unemployment or failure, your subconscious might whisper, "I'm not enough, I don't deserve love." Or for a successful woman, there might be a hidden fear, "If I'm too capable, I will scare the man away." These are culture imprints, invisible beliefs we have absorbed. Even popular sayings like "nice guy finished last," or "every relationship hits the 7 years each." This all can subtly become subconscious scripts, because once you believe them, your subconscious starts acting them out. That's the invisible power of the collective subconscious. You can see it, but it constantly shapes how you love, how you think, and how you respond. So, how do we find our own truth within these culture waves? Step 1 is awareness. Start by noticing which beliefs are truly yours and which were handed down by family or society. For example, if your parents say you should get married before 30, ask yourself, is that what you want? Or are you just afraid to disappoint them? Step 2 is adjustment. Talk openly with your partner about the love beliefs you each grew up with. Which ones are worth keeping? Which ones might be outdated? This kind of reflection helps you create your own relationship culture. Every relationship is its own small universe. You and your partner get to define the atmosphere, rhythm, and value inside it. You can also explore love through different cultural lenses. Some cultures value freedom and self-expression, others prioritize family unity and loyalty. There's no single right way, only different perspectives. And when you see that what once felt normal is actually just culture conditioning, you realize culture shapes us, but it doesn't have to control us. When we start living authentically, we quietly rewrite the collective story of love itself. Aries energies reminds us to be brave, to challenge what everyone does. The Empress energy teaches us to lead change with wisdom and stability. So instead of rejecting this culture archetype, let's transform it. Let's embrace the noble side of the protector, not as dominance, but as mature guardianship. Not one person leading and the other following, but two equals standing side by side, facing life together. When your partner is vulnerable, you can hold space like a gentle, loving protector. And when important decisions arise, you both sit together like a king and queen, co-rooting your shared kingdom. This is what modern love can look like: equal, supported, balanced, and ever growing. Maybe this is the new love story our generation is here to write. A love that carries the warmth of the sun and the grounded wisdom of the earth, where power and tenderness coexist and two souls grow stronger together. Let's warm up by talking about creativity. And you might be thinking, wait, isn't the Emperor all about rules, structure, and discipline? What does that have to do with creativity? Actually, there's a lot. True creativity doesn't come from having no limits. It comes from having freedom within structure. That's exactly what the yellow on top, deep yellow on bottom color combination represents. The yellow above symbolizes inspiration, curiosity, and playfulness, while the deep yellow below provides order, stability, and grounding. When these two energies blend together, it's like a beautiful garden surrounded by a fence. The structure provides safety, so the flowers can grow freely and express their unique colors. In simpler terms, creativity in love means finding freshness within routine. Imagine a couple who always keeps Friday as their date night. That's a rule, but every Friday looks different. Sometimes it's a pottery class, sometimes a camping trip, and next week maybe they throw a themed dinner at home. That sense of creativity ritual keeps romance alive without losing stability. Because when there's a solid base of trust and safety, you actually feel free to play, experience, and explore. Psychological studies even show that a little structure can boost creativity. Boundaries give your mind something to push against, and that's where new ideas grow. So in love, those small rituals and agreements, the daily checks-in, shared routines, inside joke, or simple traditions are actually the soil where creativity blooms. Creativity isn't just for artists, it's a way of living. Once we heal old wounds and release rigid belief like it must be this way, our inner world opens up to create something new. A new way of connecting, a new dream, or even a new version of ourselves. For an energetic point of view, yellow is linked to the solar plexus chakra, the center of willpower, confidence, and creativity. When yellow and deep yellow merge, our subconscious becomes illuminated with inspirations. It's no coincidence that throughout history, love has been one of the greatest sources of art. Poets write verse for their lovers, painters capture their muse, and musicians compose songs for the ones who move their hearts. When we're in love, dopamine fills the brain. We feel more alive, inspired, and full of creative energy. Even heartbreaks can spark creations. Many people start writing, painting, traveling, or reinventing themselves after a breakup. That's the process of transforming emotions into creations. Every love letter, handmade gift, or thoughtful surprise is also a form of art, an expression of love turned into something tangible. Aries' fiery energy encourages us to take risks and try new things, while the Emperor structure helps us bring those ideas to life, not just dreaming, but doing so. And remember, the subconscious itself is a treasure chest of inspiration. Many creators say their best ideas come not when they're forcing them, but during a walk, a shower, or even in a dream. Dream symbols are often the subconscious whispering ideas. So try keeping a dream journal, or when a sudden intuition appears, don't dismiss it too quickly. The spark might just be the seed of your next creation. What's even more beautiful is that creativity itself is healing. Writing, painting, dancing, or even something simple, like rearranging your room or changing the lighting. These acts release emotional energy from the subconscious and turn it into form and movement. When we create, we are actually recognizing our inner world, giving our emotions a voice and a way out. In the end, creativity is an extension of love. It helps us solve problems, bringing new joy, and keep our hearts alive. Love doesn't need grand gesture every day. It thrives best with 90% stability and 10% surprise. That balance keeps it both safe and exciting. The Emperor's sense of structure, paired with Aries' fiery passions, makes the perfect duo. One builds the foundation, the other explores the unknown. So remember this, love and creation are the same thing, because to love is to create, to keep building, shaping, and renewing the world you share together. In our next episode, I will be sharing more about developing our intuitive connection to color and its spiritual meaning. Gratitude to the universe. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share so more people can discover the meaning and beauty of color and spiritual intuition. See you next time. Yoo-hoo!